Monsieur Clinton, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Minister, thank you for your work on this. I want to begin by thanking President Moreno, and I'll say more about it in a minute, but the Inter-American Development Bank, their staff, and President Moreno personally are doing far more than co-hosting this conference. They have worked with us from the beginning, before the earthquake, after the storms of 2007 and 2008 did so much damage to the economy here. And you can see from his speech that this is more than a mandatory assignment. It is an act of passion. I'd like to thank the Haitians who are here from the business community and those from civil society, especially those who worked with us on the Interim Haiti Reconstruction Commission for the last couple of years, and the donors who are here, but mostly I thank the business people for coming. I would like to, most of what we need to say about what has already happened has been said by President Moreno. So I would like to put it briefly into some context. When I agreed to serve as a coordinator for the United Nations in Haiti, I know why they asked me to do it. They asked me to do it because they thought I could hustle people like you to come invest in Haiti. And they thought I could guilt peddle the donors to give the money they promised to give. That's it. Simple job. So I roped in Luis and we went to work. And we had a wonderful conference here a little more than 2 years ago with more than 500 people. We got a lot of important commitments, and I organized a Haiti working group through the Clinton Global Initiative that Dennis O'Brien did a wonderful job of chairing, and we've gotten $200 million more in commitments just from people who show up in New York every year to invest. It was all very important. Then came the earthquake, and we had to begin again with the relief and recovery just to get back to this point. So I want to put this in some context for all the business people who are here, more 900 people here today. First, Haiti needs what every country with gifted people who are too poor need. It needs a modern economy. It needs a modern government with the capacity to support the development of the economy in education and health and infrastructure and energy and being competitive for new investment. It needs all these NGOs, but they need more than ever before to work with the government in a coordinated economic way, as they do in Rwanda, for example, where I also do a lot of work. We have a huge number of NGOs in Rwanda. They all sign in, they all work on an economic and social development path charted by the government. So if we're going to succeed, we need you, because without a job, the rest of this becomes irrelevant to most Haitians. If every Haitian had a job and every child were in school, there would be no rest-of-ec problem in Haiti. Not any. It would go away. We all know that. Now, so that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is, in my relatively long experience dealing in this country, in one capacity or another. This government is the first one I have dealt with that seems more concerned about getting something done every day than about the continuous political wars that have gone on before and will go on again. You know, I just turned 65, so I can say this. The older I get, the more I try to simplify my life. Every time I see President Martelli, he wants to know three things. How many people have we moved out of the camps? How many children have we put in school? How many new jobs and how much new investment do we have? That is a dramatic change. My successor, George W. Bush, once famously said that the President of the United States in our country was the decider-in-chief. And so a lot of sophisticated people were making fun of him. And I didn't agree with some of the decisions he made, but the press asked me what I thought. I said, that's a pretty good definition. The decider-in-chief has decided to do something in this country, and that is a very good thing. So, I told President Martelli when we've had our first meeting, I said, you know, we don't really know each other. And I'll tell you, I have a big fault. I come up with 10 ideas every day, and 2 or 3 of them are pretty good. But I think my goal for the rest of my life is to get other people in a position where they can do things to succeed. So I like no almost as well as yes. But what I can't stand is nothing. Just do something. Even if I don't agree with it, do something. We have to move, and he gets that. And that is worth something. So, with that background, I want to make a couple of other observations. First, when we had the first conference, there were more people here from the Caribbean and Latin America than from the United States, Canada, Europe, and Asia combined. And I don't know what the numbers are here today, but there's still a healthy representation of the neighbors. For those of you who know anything about Haiti's history, this is a huge departure. The Brazilians have been great here. The Argentines have been great here. We have Vicente Fox here, the former president of Mexico, who was a very successful rancher and businessman before. Thank you for being here. For nearly 200 years, the Dominicans and the Haitians fought from the disappearance of Toussaint Louverture and the power struggle that led to the first centralized government in Haiti to the struggles of the 1820s, which has, I won't bore you with the details, but it's been a terrible problem. The Dominicans have been wonderful neighbors to the Haitians in the aftermath of the earthquake and have decided to build a common future. This is a huge deal. And so, here we are really in a position to do the first of what Haiti needs to do, to build a modern economy, maximizing all the resources which President Moreno talked about. And in the process, to give the Haitians the means to build a modern state and to be a good partner with NGOs. So the first thing I would like to say to all of you is, everybody on this stage wants all the people who are prospective investors to make money. We do not think it is a bad thing to make a profit. we just want you to make money in a way that helps the Haitians too. You know, and so the government is committed to making a more attractive investment environment. The President is working to strengthen the Center for Facilitation of Investment. He's established a Presidential Advisory Council on Economic Growth and Investment, which I'm glad to serve on. The government has taken some concrete steps to make coming here to do business easier. The President has proposed reforms to streamline the process to register a new business, to make it easier to get a construction permit. He has actively sought out investors and business leaders, and he understands that we have to do more to make Haiti more business-friendly, to make the prices more competitive for using basic infrastructure, all of that, and to improve it. In the past month alone, Haiti has hosted investment delegations from Canada, Belgium, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. And of course, you heard from the President, and most of you know about the Caracol Industrial Park and the role played by the IDB, the United States, and others. We all worked hard on that. But I want to say a special word of thanks to SEA and to Chairman Kim for being here, for not only bringing 20,000 jobs to Haiti, but you need to know something about this. In the whole long history of Haiti, there were once 100,000 people assembling clothes in Haiti. But they never even had, not once in all this time, their own textile mills. They will have their own textile mill for the very first time. And we thank you, sir, for what you did. Stand up, stand up. Stand up, Chairman Kim. Thank you. Thank you. Yesterday, I thanked a young man who came up and thanked me for thanking him. Seth Jutan, the CEO of Furniture Origins, but he's going to put 300,000 jobs in the park making furniture. Now, this is a big deal because Haiti has cut down too many of its trees, and we're trying to put more up. So he is willing to import the wood to make the furniture to put 3,000 Haitians to work. That is a very good thing. Yesterday, we talked about a Haitian entrepreneur, Pierre-Yves Gardere, who makes paint for Sherwin-Williams, who's going to expand into Caracol. And I wanted to say that I'm very proud of the support that Haiti's received from the United States, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I am acquainted with the Secretary of State. They really believe in this. They care about it. But it is in this, not a very pleasant time in American politics. You know, we have even more partisan wrangling than normal. But the only thing, as nearly as I can determine, that the two parties in Congress agree on today is helping Haiti. The HELP Act and the HOPE Acts, they're working. You've got more access to the American market than, as you said, any other country, and that's something that ought to be considered in investment. Yesterday, Arne Sorensen, president of Marriott, and Dennis O'Brien, who's been Haiti's most loyal international business supporter, announced a new Marriott digital hotel development. This is a big deal because of the brand of Marriott. But here's the other thing I want to say. All the years I've been coming down here, everybody's always been afraid that if somebody got into whatever business they were in, that was bad for them. That is not true. So yesterday we had the announcement of a new hotel in an existing hotel, the Caribbean. And yesterday, one of the attendees was my friend Rolando Gonzalez, who is about to build another hotel at the airport. Now, listen, I want to walk you through this. Why is this important? You mentioned Frank Ranieri, when they took over the airport at Punta Cana and built their little hotel, which as nearly as I could see was mostly for people who wanted to scuba dive who came from Central Europe. And they had a little Club Med for families. And they had one little street with all the investors building a house on it. That's what they had. Before the earthquake, there were 800,000 visitors to Haiti, 500,000 of whom came on the Royal Caribbean line and did not spend the night. In the same year, through the Punta Cana airport alone, there were 2.2 million visitors. 40% of the foreign exchange of the country came through there. And when the Dominican Republic hosted a donor conference just north of there, a little bit inland in a big convention hotel, I got up in the morning and took a helicopter there from Punta Cana, and we went up the coast, and every single piece of land had a resort on it, a hotel. And then it turned out that competition made more money for everybody, and there was more than enough to go around. There should be millions and millions of tourists coming here every year with great opportunities. So, I finally want to say the one part of the economy that may already be stronger than it was before the earthquake is the artisan sector. And I want to thank everybody who has had anything to do with that. All the purchasers, and especially my good friend Donna Karen and Joey Adler and all the people who have worked with her for diversifying and improving the product there. I want to thank the people from agriculture who participated in the exhibits out there, and I thank the internationally acclaimed chef Jose Andres, who's agreed to come down here and work. And I thank him. I signed a copy of one of those little briquettes that I love that we cook school meals with and other things in Haiti. I want to just say one final thing. The outside world, the people who are not in this room, are still highly skeptical about whether all this is going to amount to anything. But no one in this room who has spent any time here has any doubts at all. So I am asking you to do one other thing. First of all, if you really haven't made any commitment to invest here, I ask you to think about doing so and maximizing your partnerships with local businesses. About 80% of the income of the country, about 80% of the income of the country comes from small businesses and individually owned businesses. And one of the reasons I like tourism, as we found in Colombia, is that if you maximize your tourist investment, you also maximize opportunities for local people to do business with the people coming in and the hotels themselves. But I ask you all to think about this. And those of you who do not come from Haiti, when you go home, if you are as impressed as you should be by that exhibit out there, the artisans, the agriculture, the quality of the coffee, we're going to talk a little more about that in a separate event, I ask you to talk to other people about it. This country was the first, and I think remains the only, democracy ever established by a successful slave revolt. And as I was explaining yesterday to somebody, people ask me all the time, why are you so crazy about Haiti? And you know, normally I just say it's because Hillary and I came here 2 months after we were married on a delayed honeymoon trip, and it was great. That's only part of the story. The truth is, Haiti made me president. because Toussaint Louverture and the Haitians made Napoleon so miserable that they not only withdrew from Haiti, he sold all of Louisiana to the United States. And so, and every American president born west of the Mississippi River, but not into the old Mexican territory, became president because of Haiti. And therefore, I'm just here paying my debt. But I'm telling you, I don't know how many Americans I saw just yesterday who said that something happened to them along the way. Coming down here working, they never quite felt the same. They were hooked. We need you to go home and talk to other people about this. This place can move so fast. And I think that we have the systems in place, or are beginning to put them in place, to enable that kind of growth to be accommodated without further burdening the environment, but improving it, without further burdening the public health, but improving it. And building the education, and doing all the things the President said. But I'm pleading with you, it's a nice little meeting, but you need to do something after this meeting. We all need to do something. We need to be able to answer the President's questions. How many people are we moving out of the camps? How many kids are we putting in school? And how many people are we putting to work? Thank you very much.